Gordon. Political parties serve to distract the public councils and enfeeble the public administrations. It agitates the community with ill-founded jealousies and false alarms, kindles the animosity of one part against another, provokes occasionally riots and insurrection. It opens the doors to foreign corruption and influence, which find a facilitated access to the government itself through the channels of the political passions. That a quote from George Washington in his farewell address in 1796. Having options is bliss, but it's the essence of electing our public officials. However, the two-party system that we currently have does not give us enough options and is corrupting our nation and is ruining our society, our image, and our well-being. Through many heated discussions, watching the news and reading books, I have come to the conclusion that our current election system and government itself needs a change. The American political system is corrupting and slowly dissolving government. This problem started back in the early history of America and has become worse over time. The solution to this problem is creating a fair playing field for all candidates, regardless of political affiliation or no political affiliation at all. You'll be running under your name per se. As I've mentioned, the American government structure for electing officials is hindering society and depriving the nation of our natural democratic rights as having options. So which are you, a Democrat or a Republican? 95% of you will probably have an answer. In my opinion, the two-party system has led to a lot of corruption and leading to fake, lying candidates who have little worth and experience outside of the political system, career politicians, as you will. We live in a world in which politics has replaced philosophy, said Martin Gross in a call for revolution in 1993. The source of these problems goes way back further than we can think, though. The cause of the problem originates when the Federalists were running against the Jeffersonian Republicans in Alexander Hamilton against Thomas Jefferson. In these two philosophies, it was big government, or British style, versus New World America, or little government affiliation. According to Joseph Conlon in the book The American Past, the first signs of political parties was in newspapers calling themselves Republicans, attacking the Federalist cabinet of George Washington and George Washington himself. The multi-party system will solve this problem. Restricting funding for parties and harsher penalties for violating rules need to be implemented, however. According to OpenSecrets.org, Barack Obama's biggest campaign contributor is Microsoft at $400,000 and Romney's Goldman Sachs at $600,000. As I've said, the big candidates' donations, they get too much power with too much money, and a lot of that times the money is just going to the title, not necessarily who they are. And whether they're good or not, it really doesn't matter sometimes, and that's just downright wrong. Candidates should represent themselves, however, and their own beliefs. They shouldn't represent a title, Republican or Democrat. They need to represent who they are with their beliefs. The current American structure of electing our leaders, the two-party system, has led us to major problems. Although the problem is rooted in early America, with the Jeffersons and the Hamiltons' views on little or big government intervention, we can fix it by having multiple parties, or none for that matter. We can eliminate our society's problems and making our candidates more honest and harder working. There is nothing in which I dread so much, John Adams said in a letter to Jonathan Jackson, October 2nd, 1789, There is nothing in which I dread so much as a division of the Republic into two great parties, each arranged under its leader and concerting measures in opposition to each other. This, in my humble apprehension, is to be dreaded as the greatest political evil under our Constitution. And the audience? The audience? Right, so. What's the time?